What's going on? Today we're going to talk about the 3-day potty training method and what you can expect for your child. Now there are a ton of videos out there on what the 3-day potty training actually is, but since there are so many versions, I'm going to tell you the version I did here real quick. Yeah?
Quick, stop! Zola has to potty.
Oh, okay. Just potty. We started when the little one started showing interest in the toilet, when she was watching her brother, when she would just go in the toilet and kind of look in it and see what it was, and it helped that her brother was kind of there helping her on. In terms of how we did it, we stayed home for 3 days, thus the 3-day potty training method, which staying home shouldn't be a problem nowadays. We put her in an oversized shirt and didn't have any pants, didn't have any underwear because we wanted to spot when she went right away. If she started and finished, then it's too late. In our eyes, the whole point was to teach them that feeling of having to go to the toilet and actually going in the toilet. And whenever she would start going, we would calmly go to her, pick her up, and put her on the toilet and say, "Pee-pee goes in the potty." We gave her salty foods and offered her drinks all day. We always kept a sippy cup within arm's reach so that she could always be drinking. In our eyes, the 3-day potty training is such because in those 3 days, you're just maximizing the reps. You're maintaining visual contact with them all day, and every 5 minutes you say, "Tell me if you need a potty." You're repeating that literally all day. And like I said earlier, if you see signs that they're trying to go already, you're gonna calmly pick them up, put them on the toilet and say, "Pee-pee goes in the potty." We had really good rewards. Zoe is into those little yogi chips, so that's what we used. And then midway, she kind of got tired of those, so we moved on to chocolate. Then you cut off their drinks after dinner, go to potty one more time before bedtime, and that's it.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Zozo!
Yay!
Wow, Zozo! Wow, yay! So the first thing to expect is expect the unexpected. About halfway done with the first day, and potty training's going okay. Zoe's doing really well though. It's more dad and his unrealistic expectations.
Doing a great job, Zozo? Yeah?
Today is day 3 of potty training. Zoe is doing such an amazing job. So proud of her. Day 1 had a handful of accidents, and kind of around dinner time we just kind of gave up. We were beat. Put the pull-up on her and just kind of called it a night. It was just a shock to me every time she went on the floor. You know, my mind has been trained like when you need to pee or poo, you go in the toilet, and when I don't see that, it's just it's mind-boggling. It's just one of those experiences that like took me out of my reality and put me into a new one. And once I understood that, it was more like, oh, okay, she doesn't know that yet. She's just learning. Her reality is diapers and just going whenever she feels like.
Are you just learning? Yeah. Does pee-pee go in the potty? Yeah. Tell me if you need to go potty.
And how this played out a little bit is like when we saw her squatting down or whatever, whenever she was starting to do her thing, my first reaction was like, oh, no, wait, that's not right. Don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to calmly just pick them up, put them on the toilet, and just be like, this is where you go. Otherwise, they associate that feeling of needing to go to the bathroom with like something wrong or a negative thing, and that just slows down the progress. If you've potty trained a puppy before, it's kind of like that, where you're just pretty much cleaning pee and poo from the floor, and at first it's like kind of a shock, but then you kind of just get used to it. So even though with the first one that's what happened and that was a big learning for me, it was a big reality shift, with this one 2 years later it was still a reality shift. So if you go into it knowing that that's going to happen, you're going to be cleaning all day, then I think you'll be one leg up. Day 2 we woke up and we were determined to be vigilant, so we woke up, we got a quick win, and the day kind of just breezed by from there. She did an awesome job. She started learning that feeling of like needing to go and associating that with going to the potty, and associating the potty with a reward. So day 2 was about picking up momentum, and it was a lot better. The second thing is to expect your patients to be tested, and now that's for obvious reasons, right? If you're cleaning pee and poo all day, that's just not really the funnest thing that you could be doing. Not only that, but it kind of gets repetitive. After the first 20 minutes of saying, tell me if you have to go pee or poo, it kind of gets really old, really quick. 3 days is just the start of it. You know that it takes at least 2 weeks to start to form a habit, so 3 days is just to get them to associate that feeling of having to go to actually going physically to the toilet. And so with shifted expectations and reality shifts and expending all this patience on this endeavor, it was really stressful, to be honest. The thing that I kept going back to is that we're teaching her a skill that she's going to use for the rest of her life. And so that's what kind of carried me through the whole thing. And so what I'm saying is it's really helpful for you to identify your why. Like, why are you training them? Is it because you want to take advantage of their interest in the toilet? Is it because you're sending them to school and they have to be potty trained? Or is it because you want to start saving money a little bit because you want to get them out of diapers? Or is it because you're trying to potty train this kid before a second kid comes and you don't want to change 2 diapers at the same time? It is just really helpful for us to know our purpose of potty training because it helped us ride out the ups and downs of the whole adventure. And if I could make one recommendation, that would be not to do this whole thing out of a sense of obligation. For example, if your kid must be potty trained before they have to go to school, it just creates an environment that is really stressful. And for example, if they have an accident and all the pressure kind of blows you over, it's like training a puppy. You don't want to associate frustration with their accidents because they'll learn that, hey, whenever I have this urge and I go, then that means mom and dad get frustrated. So we started about a month ago and now Zoe is getting it for the most part, and it's great because we use less diapers and she's actually able to associate that urge of having to go to the toilet with actually getting up and stopping whatever she's doing and walking over to the toilet. So it's a success in my book. I'm planning to do a part 2 in this little mini series of potty training, and I want to go into more of why we chose the summer infant Little Lou instead of the toilet seat cover. So if you're interested in that, give it a thumbs up. If I get 20 thumbs ups, then I will make that video. And I know I went into a lot of like expectations and patience and doom and gloom, but it wasn't all that bad. She's got it. She's like fully potty trained now. She knows that like when she gets that feeling, she needs to go to the bathroom. So she won't tell us, but she'll kind of stand up and just kind of start walking to the bathroom, and we're okay with that. We count that as a win. So if you want the full bullet point outline, the full version, just watch this video up here that I'll link. That was the time we documented our firstborn being trained with the 3-day potty training method. But if you're watching this one just short on time, just the thing to remember is to just be patient. So hope you were able to pick up some things from our experience. We certainly had a blast. Again, we're teaching these guys a skill they're going to use for the rest of their lives, so it's kind of awesome when you think about it that way.
Does a pee-pee goes in the potty? Yeah. Does poo-poo go in the potty also? Yeah.
If you want to see more content related to having a positive impact on your kids' lives and encouragement and just anything related to new parenthood, consider subscribing. Make it a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Pee-pee goes in the potty? Yeah.
Yeah, pee-pee
That
goes
to
in
give
the
you yogi
potty.
triple hit.
Pee-pee goes in the toilet?
Yeah. Tinkle, tinkle, toot. I did it.
Pee-pee goes in the toilet?
Yeah.